Hi guys, my name is Katrina. Welcome to my YouTube channel, and today I am about to talk about my fake friend experience for my very first time on this channel. My very first female friend that I have was in daycare, and I will give her a name. Her name will be Princess. Princess. She was actually fun, and she was actually a nice friend. But when we got older and we start doing different things, like, just doing things what we like to do, we grew apart because it didn't work. None of it didn't work. She started hanging around my cousin more. She didn't want to hang around me. She didn't like if I didn't do anything that she does. So that's just made it a little bit worse. And it just sounds crazy, And we hang together only once a week. We don't hang out with each other like every single day. Normally what some friends do. We only hang with each other only once a week. And that was only it. And yeah, but it's not even just that. She started talking about people on the net, and that doesn't mean she just talked about like other people. She's actually talking about me too. So that's why I stopped responding to her. I started muting her, Instagram, Facebook, because it doesn't work. I just stopped looking at, her stories and everything, and because we just started, falling apart, like always. And it didn't work. It just didn't work. None of it didn't work. We just stopped talking altogether because, like with me, it's just like, okay, if you're just gonna hang with my family member, then you don't need to hang with me at all, because this is like, I've been asking you if you can hang with me, if you want to hang with me, and you've been asking people on the net if they can hang with you, and that response just got thrown out the window. It just did. So you could just sit down, you could drink your tea or water or pop, you can drink, whatever you want, you can, eat some popcorn, because this is going to be one of the most, not your any particular story time, typical story time that you would ever see. So this is going to be one of your best story times yet. Maybe or maybe not. I don't know, because I can't read minds. Okay. So me and her met up at daycare. And we, played together. We played all sorts of games together. I would play with other kids. She would play with other kids too. And sometimes we would just eat lunch together. So that was one of the most, coolest things ever to do with a friend. I would also come over, but we ended up splitting apart because we was about to go to kindergarten, and she stayed on the Lakewood side of town, and I stayed in the Cleveland side of town. Yeah, so I went to schools, different schools, meeting up with different people and making friends, but it didn't work out. Met back up in 2017, and I went to her 18th birthday party, and we start talking, and I try to get to know her so we could catch up on a lot of things, because we haven't seen each other for a long time. And we went to the mall together. We went to, Rule 21, and I forgot that one store, but it's really nice. And around 2019, we start falling apart. That's how I'm just gonna say it. We start falling apart around 2019. And she started saying on Twitter, all my real friends out of state and my fake friends in Cleveland. And that would make me be like, so that's how you feel? That's how you actually feel? We was at my son's birthday party because he was finna turn 1. And after my son's birthday party, my cousin invited me and her to go to her bonfire. I'm like, cool, I will go to her bonfire. Cool, we'll just chill together, all of us. As let's hang out much more often then. That would be cool. But before we did that, we had to go to the gas station to meet up with my uncle because he forgot some change. Cool. And then while we was driving in the car, she's like, well, do you smoke, Katrina? I'm like, no. And my cousin was like, well, you should start smoking. And I'm like, no, I don't do that, so I don't care what you guys do, but I don't do it. I don't judge, so, I'm just like one of those type of friends that don't judge if their friend is doing something, so, and, few days later, she starts hanging around my cousin more. She never want to hang with me. And whenever she do ask on social media, like Instagram, it's this thing where you ask a question and somebody type their answer there. Okay, so she asks, do anybody want to hang out with me or go out with me tonight? And I typed up, yeah, I would like to go out somewhere with you, just like go out to the club with you. She didn't give me no reply, no response. She went out with my cousin. It's okay that you went out with my cousin, but let's go fast forward to June, okay? And maybe we could just go right next to May too while we're at it. So during May, for my birthday, because my birthday was on May, I was planning to do something for my birthday, but I wasn't able to do it. She asked if I wanted to go out for my birthday because her friend's birthday was, the same day. And I was like, sure, yeah, I will go out with you on your friend's birthday. The vibe was really different, and the vibe was really off. Like, dead serious, was off. We were dancing, but the girl looked like she wasn't turned like she was usual. And it's just like, why do you look like you weren't never turned when I first see you? How come? Because, like, the vibe will be always off. Like, the vibe was off. Everybody was dancing except for her. And I was dancing, but I didn't feel the vibe because I didn't feel no turns. And usually when I get into a club, because it's my first time in that club, I would dance, but a little bit. And because it's my first time being into a club environment, and it's just, I had a good time, but again, we had to leave early. Then we went from June in 2019, and I went to her birthday party with my cousin. And we celebrated. We said happy birthday. And that was all. I just said happy birthday. It's just like, there is no good vibe when it comes to you trying to support your friend. Your friend never like say, oh yeah, thank you. It's just totally different. So then we going to fast forward the year of 2020, okay? We were supposed to celebrate New Year's together during 2020 because she asked my cousin if she want to hang. And then she asked me if I want to hang with her and my cousin. I'm like, sure. I went to Ringles, got my clothes together, But when it came to New Year's Day, and I felt like that I wasted time getting, my New Year's Eve clothes together for freaking New Year's Eve. Like, come on. It just felt like it was wasted. No, I didn't get no calls if we were going to, go out during New Year's Day at that bar or club that she was talking about on freaking Instagram. That she wasn't able to freaking make it instead of texting and calling everybody. Wow, that was wasted. All of that was wasted. She, hanged out with that same old friend who so-called her friend. Anyways, just hanged out with her at a whole club, at a whole freaking casino Valentine's Day. So I went out on my date to the movies during Valentine's Day. I didn't get to make it to my baby cousin's party. She came to my cousin's party, and which is my baby cousin. She came to my baby cousin's party, and she had asked where the hell I was at. And my mom said, well, she went out to the movies. And she goes, by herself? And my cousin's like, no, she's on a date, duh. So that was the third time. The fourth freaking time, she had, for my birthday, because it was me and my cousin had the same birthday, because she was turning 18, I was turning 23, in which my birthday's coming out now, so it's gonna be fun. She goes to my siblings' party, and my sibling didn't like that at all. She's like, wait a minute, something's not right. Something's not right at all. When I had asked her if she's still coming to my party, she's like, no. But she did ask me something at the party, and it was something personal about a family member, which had made me mad and want to explode at her because of some stuff that she just said that's not right. So I just didn't want to freaking be bothered with her. I just stopped talking to her. And that's what made us break apart too. And another thing about that is that you don't ask people about their family members' personal business, because I never told you about my family members' personal business. I never, explained to you about my family's personal business. I don't know who told you, but it's what? Because it'd be somebody in the family who told, but it's just like, come on. What they're about is that you showed up to my cousin's party, but you don't show up to mine. And I asked you if you could come to my party, and you made a whole different excuse. Then you start hanging with a whole different girl. Okay. I'm like, fine. She wanted me to come to hers. I didn't want to go to hers because she didn't show up to mine. It wasn't a petty thing, but it's about respect, I guess. So, that was the end of our journey. Our friendship had died. It is not because of me. It's because of the person who been doing a lot of stuff.
Love is sacred, love is kind, but love is only a state of mind. It's in your heart and in your soul, where nothing hurts like letting go of all you have.